Hey there. Welcome to SOMCZ YouTube channel where we balance business and life. And today I have our very own self-love coach. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. But before I dive into who I have on the show today I am wearing purple in honor of, and not really honor of, but to represent our girl Kendra Brown from Fairfield County as she go into surgery. So we know she's going to have an amazing testimony after this, y'all. That girl can sing her butt off. So we pray that whatever procedure she go through today, that it will not take her voice away. Because when she get in that church and sing, and y'all, she a biker. So I always tell her that she is the testimony for the bikers to believe in God again if they have lost their faith. She is their faith walk. So for today, I wear my favorite color, but today is for her. All right. So before we get started, I just wanted to say that because today we are all in Fairfield County and everybody that's connected to her is wearing purple and dropping purple hearts as she go into surgery. So I'm looking forward. I'm gonna be stalking my Facebook today so that I can see her sister post first, because I know her sister Rhonda gonna post first to say that her sister is out of surgery and she is okay. And then we'll hear her testimony later on once she gets together and able to post on Facebook. Now we're about to dive into this. Oh my God, this is gonna be an amazing interview because we're talking about self-love, y'all. And I don't know about nobody else, but I've been on that journey, and it has been an amazing journey when you put you first. So we have our very own Nike. And Nike is a part of, that is not her name, y'all, but her name is Nike. So I'm gonna have to tell y'all her real name. But she is a part of the SOMCZ family, and that is an amazing thing. And just that when we talk, it's just so amazing. So I want her to tell you her real name. And y'all can call her Nike too, because that's what we call her. And then tell us a little bit about what you do, who you're catering to with your self-love coaching, and then we'll dive in from there.
Awesome. So like Coach said, everybody call me Nike because my real name is hard to pronounce and harder to remember. So it's pronounced Nyoka. My name is Nyoka. Remember it by the I and the O has the long vowel sound. That's how I tell people to remember it. But if you can't remember Nyoka or if you can't pronounce it, then Nike is fine. I've had people to look at my name written down and still pronounce it a different kind of way. But I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because I know, not everybody can get all the letters out the right way. But yes, so I'm Nyoka. I am self-love coach. I cater specifically to youth, young girls, ages 12 to 21. That population is my passion. That population is basically the population where we need to start, what I believe we need to start in that population with embracing the girls and the youth, because nowadays, when by the time you become a young woman, you've already experienced all things, you've already created a certain mindset, you've already created this image or persona of who you are, who other people think you are. So I believe the sooner that we get to our young girls, the sooner we can instill their true God-given identity in them. And that way we help raise, build up, and coach and motivate young, healthy women.
Amazing. I know as an adult, I believe firmly that is the age. Because a lot of times I know when I was growing up, that wasn't something we really talked about. In our age growing up, I don't know about you, but in our age growing up, it was more so of you really didn't talk about love. You didn't talk about, you kind of mimicked what you saw, or you found love in what you were missing. So if you were missing a father, you found love in boys. And 9 times out of 10, the boys was just like your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times people don't realize that when kids, and even as mothers, I think we have, and I think that's what helped me so much as a mother, because I was that girl. So as a mother, we think that we can do it all, even if the other parent is not there. We can fulfill the gap, and in all actuality, we can't.
Right.
All we can do is our part. So there's no such thing as I can be mommy and daddy. No, the heck you can't.
Exactly.
You can be mommy.
Yeah.
But you cannot fulfill the daddy. That void is still going to be in that little girl or that little boy. That void, and that's going to push them to find it somewhere else. And normally it's all in the wrong people.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And then when the young girls miss out on learning about their self-love and embracing their flaws and their identity at a younger age, they get to my age before they realize that, oh, wait, this is not who I am. This is not like me. Now I want to be different, and why it can happen. The change listen, I'm a living testimony. The change happens. But I think the sooner that self-love identity is instilled in our youth, then the easier the journey is. Because what I firmly believe, and I say all the time, is self-love is not a destination, it's a journey. Because it doesn't matter where you started, and it don't matter where you are today. It's an evolution, and you might have to revamp what you learned about yourself last year, or you might have to change the way you move or who you interact with. So I always tell people, self-love is not a destination, it's a journey. And when if you set your mind to think or believe like, okay, I've arrived in this whole self-love thing, I am exactly who I need to be, where I want to be, then 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a very detrimental setback, because your mind is going to be, you're going to be shook when something, or if something happens, and you're not mentally prepared to deal with it.
You're right. Self-love, I think, is something that happens each growth period, because you have to not really invent it, but you have to invite it in again and say, okay, so how, especially when you're growing and you're forever evolving as a person, and you're running into different things, then you learn different things to say, okay, no, I don't really want that no more. No, this has changed about me. My mindset has grown. It's just like growing in Christ. As you grow, some things has to be taken away. So as you grow in loving yourself and learning your identity, there's going to be some things that you didn't realize that you're still doing, or that was an intricate part of you because it wasn't like in your face. But as you grow, it'll start being in your face. You be like, hold up, I don't want that. That don't need to be a fact. So you're right. It is a journey. It's not a destination. So if you think I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna arrive, and that's gonna be the final thing, then you is all out. We all have different stages. And if you actually watch somebody who's actually practicing self-love, you'll realize they go through stages. Like there's times where, okay, I know with me, when I started my journey, I started it with, I'm loving on myself and I'm teaching myself how to take care of me. Because I always took care of everybody else. So going through something that taught me, okay, Keisha, you put you first. You're going to put you first before them kids. You're going to put you first before your spouse. You putting you first because you always take care of everybody else. Now, how do you take care of Keisha? You get what I'm saying? So I started by taking myself on trips without the family.
Oh, that is so important.
Listen, y'all cannot go. Like, I was trying to find my trip to Vegas. I was like, y'all, I have not been to Vegas. I have put that trip off for 4 years because of the business. And I'm on there trying to find my ticket the other day, and they standing by the bed telling my mom, my son gonna get to. I said, two for me. I said, no, I'm leaving you with your daddy. Y'all not. This my trip.
It's important that we, as not only just adults, but as parents, as parents, that's a whole nother level of a self-love journey, because like you said, we pour so much into our children, our spouses, family and friends, and just trying to make sure everybody else okay. But we forget about ourselves. And me, I'm very, very, very guilty. Like, I have to check myself very regularly, because I tell other people, make sure you taking care of you, make sure you carve out time for you. And then I forget to do it for myself. And fun fact about me, I am a functioning introvert. So one of the ways that I have to recharge is like I have to have time away. Like no people around. I can't be trying to have no serious conversations. My phone becomes irrelevant. Like I really have to like find a space, a spot, and probably 2 days, 3 days. It just depends on how overwhelmed I am. But I have to do that to recharge. And if I don't, I get the smallest things just like overwhelms me, or it just take me out. Like getting up in the morning, going to work, something I do every day, that in itself would just have me completely exhausted, like to the point where like I'm just in the bed all day under the covers and don't want to do nothing but sleep or cry. So it's important that we as parents and adults just recognize, the things that we have to do for ourselves to practice our own self-love and really practice it. Don't preach it to other people to take care of themselves, but we have to do it too. And that's one of the things I have to get on myself about a lot.
Now I can say for the last 2 years, I have practiced it faithfully. Mm-hmm. I have literally been selfish with myself. Mm-hmm. I even made it where even with the business, because truth be told, I don't like it be funny when I tell people this, I don't like people. And so
oh my goodness. I know exactly what you mean.
That's why my business is called SOMCC, stepping out my comfort zone, because when I was given the vision, I'm like, God, you want me to be around who? Mm-hmm. Because I can care less about being around people. Mm-hmm. Like my family know if I'm tapped out, they're not gonna see me for a couple mm-hmm. weeks. And I go visit my aunt every Friday. But if it's a week that I have peopled out, I'm not going down there. My daughter be like, "Ma, you peopled out, ain't it?" Yup. And I'm staying right here in the bed on Friday night. And I have to tell my aunt, I'll see you next Friday. And she be like, "Wow." And she don't understand, so I can't tell her I'm peopled out. Yeah, I can't tell her I don't want to do people right now. Mm-hmm. So I just tell her I got stuff to do. And my stuff to do is laying in my bed.
Like, yep, exactly.
Out. So I tell people all the time, even my husband, I told him, like, even with us moving, I said, this house will not be like the next and the old house. Nobody is welcome over every day. Mm-hmm. I can't stand to drive in my driveway and see people. Like, why is they here? Like, I want, even though I'm walking out, getting out my car and going straight in the house, it don't matter. The fact I know they outside. Yeah. Why is people at my house? I don't want people at my house every day. Even if they out the door, I don't want them in the vicinity. So
don't you sound like me, I promise. I promise.
They be like, really, but you a coach. And I said, that's why I have my schedule set the way it's set. Mm-hmm. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do a max of 3 people a day. My day ends with people at 1:00.
Oh, see? Okay.
I cannot do 5 straight days of people all day long. That's not possible.
Yeah.
I said, do you not know how much praying I did when I was in the military, when I dealt with people? That's probably why I drank and curse so bad.
I know, right?
Listen, I understood where my habit come from now. I had to with people, and I'm not a people person. So in this business, the luxury of it gives me the opportunity to divide my time up and know when and how to deal with people.
Right.
And so that's the good thing. But a lot of people don't realize that everybody is not a people person.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I saw a TikTok recently, and I don't know how I came across it, but I did. And it was this young lady. She was a teenager, probably like 19, 20. Anyway, she was talking about self-love, and she was saying like, well, what is this self-love thing? Everybody talking about self-love. What she say? Nobody cares about, if you really like yourself or love yourself. People don't want to be with you if you like yourself and love yourself. And I said, I'm gonna have to stitch this video. I'm gonna have to stitch that video, because self-love, a lot of people have this misconception about self-love. It's more so about me. My self-love journey is more so about me becoming acquainted with and building a relationship with myself,
Right.
like my flaws, imperfections, just everything about me. And it has absolutely nothing to do with anybody else. So when she was saying that in the video, like, nobody is going to want to be with you if you only thinking about yourself and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, see, that's another person that don't really understand what self-love is all about, because it's not about other people. It's about you and your journey and embracing who you are, the imperfections and all of that, whatever your identity is, whatever your quirks are. And it don't have nothing to do with other people. Now, when you go through that journey, you get some clarity. Look, God give you clarity. Like, okay, wait, that crowd of people I used to hang out with, no, I don't like that. That ain't what I want to do. Or yeah, these people that, that's more my vibe right there. And you learn how to, I always say compartmentalize. You learn how to compartmentalize people and relationships, because everybody has a place in your life. It's just a matter of you knowing where they go and how that relationship is beneficial. It's a two-way beneficial relationship. But yeah, when I saw her doing that video, I was just like, I paused and I was like, do a stitch right now. But it was too late in the night. I should have been asleep and I wasn't. Me not practicing that self-love thing, because I don't like to get up early in the morning, but sometimes I find myself up late at night and then crying about getting up in the morning. But I'm gonna do better.
But you know what? I think a lot of people are scared. But they're scared to learn who they really are. Because once they learn who they really are and they get in tune with their self, that means they may lose a lot of people.
Oh, that's so true.
And a lot of people are scared to lose people.
Yeah.
For me, I think it was the opposite. Once I began to lose people, I realized I needed to find myself. Yeah. And so once I began to lose people that I thought was very intricate in my life, and then when I lost them, it was like I didn't miss them. And I'm like, God, I don't miss them.
Yeah.
I don't miss like things came around and I didn't miss it. And I'm like, okay. And so it kind of made it easier for me to start coming into my own self. And then things began to happen in relationships that made me say, Keisha, look, you are 39 years old and you've really never figured out you. From a youth all the way up, you've always went, or either did. You never sat down and said, okay, what does Keisha? And then I jumped into parenthood. So parenthood, it became all about the child.
Yeah.
Especially my first child. Now my last two, I tell my first one, she took everything from me. Because they just like everything I did with her and all like the strictness and all that stuff. The last two don't get none of that. Like they just winged it. But they got a different version of their mom. She got a different version of me as a teenager. They got a different version of me the whole way through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think my journey came in of learning my own identity, walking in my own identity, figuring out who I am, and loving on me and figuring out what makes me happy, what makes me peaceful, and what gives me joy was when I lost relationships that I thought was meant to be with me forever.
Right.
And that's what took me on this journey. And now you can't get me back. Because it's like, hold up.
I know, right?
I'm feeling this.
I know.
I feel this is how I flow. I get on food because I am so unbothered. And I'm like, I love Sarah. Like, I love it.
Like they say, you feeling yourself.
I'm like, okay, girl, why you give me this 10 years ago? I am loving this. I am loving being able to wake up and just be at peace. Like, don't get me wrong, things do bother me.
Right.
But I don't let it linger like I used to. It was plenty of times where I couldn't sleep because, let's just be honest, even in marriages, me and my husband would have a disagreement and he would be sleeping good and it would linger. Like, and I'm like, I'm mad. Like, I want this to continue. And then once I started my self-love journey, it changed. And I think it shocked him because now there's no argument. Even when it looked like it's about to become an argument, I shut it down because I'm in a different headspace. So people don't realize that self-love journey and learning yourself will teach you how to navigate through all types of things.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very different. And it'll shock the people around you because now people who knew your trigger points you no longer have trigger points.
Absolutely. They don't have that access to you no more because now they can't trigger you no more. So now it's like, well, wait, what do I say? What do I do? How am I gonna get back at them? Oh, there's no get back. Right. And you have people like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna match your energy. I'd be like, I ain't matching nobody's energy. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not matching nobody's energy. I know what you're saying. I put you in your compartment and I keep it moving.
Listen, I will have you bothered. You'll be so bothered. I know what I did.
Right, exactly.
Then you'll be still upset, and I'll be like, "Oh, I remember now why she mad."
Yeah,
oh, it's okay. It's okay because it's over. Like for me, once I've said what I said, then it's no longer in existence. Like it's over. It's done.
Right, it's done. It's
done. So therefore, you no longer. It's not an issue anymore. But that comes along with self-love. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I think that's something, even with you coaching, maybe that's something that needs to be said because a lot of people don't realize self-love is understanding what your triggers are and loving yourself to nobody can trigger you anymore. Especially people who have been around you for so long, they know your triggers. They know the words to say. They know what irritates you. They know, you know what I'm saying? They know what has always bothered you emotionally. So they know what to say.
Absolutely.
But when you begin to, you know what I'm saying, understand what triggers your own self. Because sometimes we in denial about our triggers.
Listen, we do.
I went off. And you don't know why you went off. And you went off because they triggered you. And you didn't realize they triggered you.
Yep. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. You said that a lot of people, some people don't know they scared to start their journey. You mentioned that it sounded like you was intentional about starting your journey, but I was the complete opposite. Like I had no idea. I didn't know what self-love was. I didn't know that I even needed to be on the journey. All I know, and I didn't wake up one day and like, ooh, I'm going to be on this self-love journey and I'm going to love myself and do X, Y, Z. No. It was the crash and burn of some friendships, relationships. And I found myself by myself. And because I wasn't used to being by myself, I always had somebody or somebody's around, and then here I am by myself, and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And then I'm like, okay, I don't want to be by myself. I don't like my own company. But then I got on a journey, like, wait a minute, hold on. I really do like my own company. I'm really this dope person. It's just that certain people misunderstand me, or I misunderstand certain things. And when I start walking in this self-love journey, like you said, you can't take me back. I ain't going back for nothing. Because now I have clarity in what it is that I want, what I deserve, and just listen. I'm a woman of a certain age. I don't got time to be going back and forth with people about stuff that's irrelevant. I'm trying to make moves. I'm trying to help other people in this journey, this process. So if you want what I got, come get it. But if not, I understand it. I respect it. We just gonna agree to disagree and go our separate ways.
Right. I said I used to be hurt when I lose people. Nah, I'm like, okay, you was here for a season. I did my part. I'm big on it. I did my part, and once I do my part, baby, get on through. My season is up. I'm not hurt anymore.
Yes.
I used to be like that in business, and that's why I try when I coaches. I be like, y'all, somebody can love you today and hate you tomorrow.
Yep.
Just know you did your job.
Yeah.
And when I first started the coaching industry, that's when I actually when it took off was when I actually was in my self-love journey. Like I did that again, because I've been doing it for 6 years, but it didn't take off truly to year 3. And that was the year that I was deep into finding myself. So that first year, it hurt me when people would brag about me and then turn around and now they don't even speak to me. And I'm like, bro, I didn't help you. Like, what did I do to you? And then I had to realize in that journey, it'll teach you that it's not you.
Right.
They can't, because they have not figured out themselves, they're not going to be, they can't attach themselves to you. So they
Right.
can only be around you so long because they're lost. And when
Right.
people are lost, and when people are fighting their own identity, when they're fighting their own demons, somebody who is possessing self-love, somebody who is walking in their identity, somebody who is just, spirit is just glowing, they cannot be around you for so long.
Right.
It's something about you that's going to push them away. So it has absolutely nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. The same person that was bragging about you still is bragging about you in their head. They just can't loudly say it because the inside of them needs self-love. So
absolutely.
I had to realize that, because that thing used to bother me. Like, bro, you just was on social media bragging about I'm the best in the world. And now you act like I don't even exist. And I'm like, okay, Keisha, you got to remember you're on a different page.
Yep.
And so that's why when I'm coaching coaches, I'll be like, listen, y'all, don't get offended. When they love you today, but act like you don't exist tomorrow. Or you could be coaching them, and you could be coaching them, and on the phone, you're the best coach in the world, but on social media, they never mention. Like they'll give everybody else their kudos.
Right.